Hey guys, it's Avery with ExpressGarageDoorParts.com. Today we're going to show you how to measure your broken garage door spring to order a replacement spring on our website. Now to do this, we just need 3 measurements from you. The first that we need is the overall length of your spring. Then we're going to need the inside diameter and then the wire size of the spring. To take these measurements, all you need is a tape measure and your broken spring. Now that you have your broken garage door spring, looking at it, you're going to notice there's a 1 to 2 inch gap in your spring. This is because torsion springs will expand when they're wound, and when it breaks, you're going to see the expansion there. That's fine. So in order to get the overall length of the spring, what we're going to do is loosen up your set screws on your spring, and you're going to slide this together, making it whole again. Grab your tape measure, and we're going to measure just the coil, not these end cones, just the coils of the spring. And it comes out to 24 inches. Now, if you're measuring this and it comes out to 24 1/4, you can round down, that's fine. 24 1/2, you can still round either way. If it's over that 1/2 inch mark, go up, so 25. But in this instance, it is 24 inches. Now, let's for instance say that you couldn't get these set screws undone. So what we can do is either measure this overall length of the spring, and then we're gonna subtract this little gap here to get the overall length, or the easier way, measure both of your sections here to get the 24 inch length. All right, now that you have your length of your broken spring, what we're gonna do next is get the inside diameter of the spring. Now there's a couple ways of doing this. The first way is to take your spring on your tube, and what we're gonna recommend is pulling up on the spring. That gets it so you can measure the inside diameter. What we're gonna do here is, what we recommend is going past it a little bit instead of going on the inside here. This clip will get in the way sometimes, so what we do is just recommend go past it a little bit. Say we'll start on the 2 inch mark and measuring just the inside diameter. The inside diameter is the inside of these coils, not the outside but the inside. So see that there is 2 inches. Now sometimes on these springs you'll notice on the mounting cone here where the bolts go through, there'll be a P200, which means 2 inch, or a P175, which means 1 3/4 inch. That is sometimes on the spring, not all the time it'll be on the spring. Sometimes it is. Now, obviously, it is a little easier if the spring is off of your tube to measure inside diameter. Again, you can go past it here, put this down here, start like the 2 inch mark, and you can clearly see that's a 2 inch inside diameter of your spring. Now that we have the length and inside diameter of a broken torsion spring, what we're going to move on to next is the most important measurement, which is the wire size of your spring. Now to do this, what we're going to do on the spring is count 20 coils on the broken spring. Now this here is a coil, so we're going to count 20 of them. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Now on the 20th coil, what we're gonna do is just take a business card or piece of paper and fit it in here just so we know where we're at. There we go. And what we're gonna do is take your tape measure and we're gonna measure how long those 20 coils equal. So on the end of our 20th coil, you'll see here's our 20th coil. It is 4 1/2 inches. Now, if you notice, we have a big chart on our website that has the length of your 20 coils compared to your wire size. So if you notice on our chart, a 4 1/2 is a 225 wire size. Now, if you're ordering a spring that is not broken, what we recommend here is to take and start at a even measurement, say 3, and you can count your 20 coils that way. If you start here on the end cones, you'll notice sometimes there's a gap or a spacing or they're bound up. We don't want to get that in the measurement, so we always recommend starting somewhere in the middle of the spring or where the spring is broken is most common. Now wire sizes go from all the way down to a 192 up to a big commercial 365 or something like that. So normally on a residential spring, you're gonna range anywhere from a 192 to like a 262 wire. Now that we have the overall length of the spring, the inside diameter, and the wire size, we need to determine if we're gonna order a single spring or a pair. Now, if you have a pair on your garage door, we always recommend replacing both. They wear at the same rate, so generally speaking, they're gonna break around the same time. Now, if you want to replace the single spring, or if your door only has a single spring, we need to determine what winding of spring that this is. There's a left and a right wound torsion spring. And you'll notice to determine this, on the end of your winding cone, if you look at this, there's a little black swab of paint right here. That signifies a left wound torsion spring. You'll notice these set screws, they're red. That does not signify anything. That just signifies a danger factor. But the black signifies a left wound spring. Notice the color is on the cone, not on the spring, not on the set screws, on the cone. If it was a red, that would signify a right wound torsion spring. Now if I turn this around, looking at the actual winding of the spring, you'll notice this is going clockwise. That is a left wound torsion spring. If it was going this way, counterclockwise, that would be a right wound torsion spring. Now that we have all the measurements on a broken spring, we're going to go to our website to order it. Once you're on the site, you're going to see that we have a pair of springs, a right wound spring and a left wound spring. We determined our spring was a left wound spring. It's going to ask for the wire size, the inside diameter, and length. The wire size we determined was a 225. The inside diameter we determined was a 2-inch, and the overall length of the spring was a 24-inch. We're going to add that to our cart, and then we're going to hit the View Cart and Checkout button. Once we're at this page, we're going to determine if we want to add any winding bars or any other parts to the order. If not, we're just going to hit Checkout. Once we're in the Checkout page, it's going to ask for a little bit of information for you. It's going to ask for your first and last name, your email address, and your shipping information. Once you enter this information, simply add your credit card information and we'll ship it out to you right away. And there you have it. You just ordered a replacement garage door spring. Now, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns that you want to address us, feel free to give us a call, shoot us an email, or refer to any of our other how-to videos on our site. Thank you so much for tuning in today, watching our video, and have a great day.